Can we talk about your mother that we are all in awe of, but that my audience, I have like 4 subscribers right now, so if you subscribe, there'll be 5, but you'll know who your mom is. Can you please talk about, your mom was an actress as well, and what that was like a little bit, having a famous mom?
Well, I don't know how famous she was. I mean, she was, in comparison to a lot of people we knew.
Okay.
She was, my mother is an actress. Her name is Pat Carroll. She did a lot of TV, a lot of stage, but she's probably best known now as the voice of Ursula in The Little Mermaid. So, and she is 90 years old now, and still doing Ursula.
Yeah. Yeah, she is.
Actually just did a recording a few weeks ago, which I think is kind of fabulous.
It is fabulous.
So she was out of town a lot, and except for when I was getting kicked out of Catholic school.
It's good that she was there for that.
Yeah.
And was cooler than I think most parents would have been, maybe?
Yeah, on certain things.
Okay.
On certain things, but yes. I mean, I was not raised in one of the, and we all knew people who, you know, their parents would pull out a joint after dinner.
So that's what I was going to say. So I would like to address the fact that, and I can think of people,
wait,
but I don't want to out
remember,
anybody.
my mother also had me when she was 38 years old.
My parents were a mature age.
They were cocktail party people.
Yes.
They were not, I mean, there is a
we were Mad Men era kids. Our
Yes.
parents drank and smoked. And
Yes, and the fascinating thing is I actually just, well, I can't say that because then someone could figure out who it was, but I actually just worked with someone who came to my house, who was invited to a dinner party at my mother's house, and literally pulled out a joint, started smoking it after dinner, and I remember.
How old were you at the time?
8 or 9, and I just remember my mother.
Something like that?
Well, with the cigarette. So there was
the slow drag.
And looking at the person who invited him, like,
This is your fun?
we're gonna talk afterwards. But I guess it was the 70s, so you didn't say to somebody, can you not do that?
Right, you actually had to be cool, whether you were cool or not. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
So that was that story.
Okay, so what did your dad do?
My dad was an agent at, started off at William Morris and then became a manager. And yeah.
Did they want you to go into being acting?
Oh, no. No, I shouldn't
Into being
say
acting,
that.
by the way, English is a second language for me. Into the acting that you're being now.
No, my father did not. My mother was actually kind of great because I think she saw in me that I did want to do it. And the only rule that they had was because somebody had approached me when I think I was like 13 or 14 to represent me. And they said, absolutely not. You have to wait. You have to wait until you're 18 and, you know.
And can do porn.
Which I did. I went straight to porn.
That's how people meet you.
And it's been a good career, you know. It really has. Which is where I met Dena.
But I was directing at that point. I was no longer.
If that's what you want to call
the visionary.
it. Oh.
It's good, right?
It was really good.
And the visions I'm getting right now are just so I guess if you can't put it on YouTube, is there a naughty YouTube? Yeah. Like how I ask you, is there?
Xtube.
Why is she making a face like I'm supposed to know that?
Everybody knows that.
Okay, so I remember growing up with other kids' parents that were never home, which meant there was a place to go where you could have a party. And there's something in my mind that feels like Shampoo. Remember the movie Shampoo? Like you were like 14 and like talking to adults. Like I think, and I don't think we were that bad or that naughty, but I think considering all the things we had access to, we came out pretty good.
A friend of mine actually just said that because my mother was in New York, basically my entire high school. My mom was in New York doing her one-woman show. And touring around the country. So I was, for lack of a better word, living alone. My brother was living with me, living alone. But a friend of mine who I just had lunch with from high school said to me, I was just talking about you and saying that I had this friend who, for lack of a better word, was on her own.
Yeah.
Except my grandmother was here, so my grandmother was very much part of my life. It wasn't like I was living this horrible. But she said,
No, I'm making a
"Do you
documentary. This is
re-"
actually how we're going to talk about the fact that you were a latchkey kid.
But she said, do you realize if you hadn't had certain things, how bad that situation could have been?
Yeah.
That you could have, and I always did. I was always kind of the one who, and I think it saved me because
Oh boy,
follow the finger. Follow the finger.
It's a giant hand.
Which is what she actually said when she was directing me in porn.
Look at her little
Can we just
hands.
cut
These
this?
are her
We'll
hands.
just cut.
Love her little hands.
I'm sorry that I don't have manly
Manly
hands like you. Jesus. Oh. Just
So had you not had a good background, you would have wound up as
I
a rap
think so.
stallion?
No, that's what my mother calls me. No, I do. I honestly believe that. I think that there is, I think because of the way we were raised, and I think people assume that it was probably a lot. I mean, there were rules. There were, not for everybody. I mean, we certainly know people whose parents
Wait, there were rules? No, but I think we had parents that said there were rules and we were exposed to not the rules, but not the rules the way it could have been not the rules.
And I always found it a little, I got it, which is sad and scary. I always found it a little, it was a little gross to me to have parents lighting a joint up and passing it around. I always was a little bit like, you're not supposed to do that.
See, I was like, that's so cool that you do that.
Oh, no.
Kissing. Can I be in your movie? Like, that would have been me.